The engine had a problem. They're fixing it in the workshop. How fast does this high-speed train go? You might be wondering, could it reach about... Here we are with Maria Jose, who is our top fan waitress.
Yes, yes.
We are at the central train station in Santiago de Chile. And today, we're going to take the only high-speed train in all of Latin America. Look at the fog that's all over the city. There's even fog inside the station. So well, at least I don't know if we'll be able to see the scenery as we leave Santiago de Chile. Let's hope it clears up a bit. It was originally inaugurated in 1857 with the goal of having the train reach Valparaíso, which began operating in 1863. But as early arrastrado caballos, but as early as 1858, this station was used for the horse-drawn tram, which was pulled by horses. The central hall of this building was expanded in 1885. It's clear that this is a very old building from the late 19th century and that it has this whole open structure there. Here, as you can see, is the subway entrance. That's where I came from. Line 1, it drops you off perfectly. And this is the only train station that is still operating today in Santiago de Chile. We can see that there are several commuter trains that depart from the central station. Here is the whole map of the services. There's the one that goes to Rancagua, the one that goes to San Bernardo, and also the one we're going to take to Chilean. We have several food shops here. Here we have, for example, a completo, which is like a hot dog, and an italiano, which is a hot dog with avocado, tomato, and mayonnaise. 5,898 choriana, which is for 2 people. People say it serves 4 for 14,999. Wow, the carnivore combo, not for everyone. Here, people often have scrambled eggs for breakfast, and they're 5,690 the egg fila, which is this. In this case, comes with bacon. Here, for 1,500, you get a small coffee, and the large coffee is 2,500. Still, I'm not gonna have anything now. I'll wait to go to the train's bar car to check it out. I hope there's something, because I haven't had breakfast. It's around 9:10 in the morning, and at 9:40, our train will be leaving with its final destination, being Chilean. The total journey is about 400 kilometers, and you might be wondering how long it takes. Well, I'll tell you, once we're on the train. Let's go check out this train, Platform 1, at the central station of Santiago de Chile. The staff asks you for your ticket, dressed elegantly, spectacular. There's a place there that tells you the allowed luggage, because you can travel with a carry-on, like what is known as a carry-on bag, and also with a suitcase. Anything extra you have to pay for. I have the ticket on paper because I tried to buy it online and it wouldn't accept my card. It was a whole thing, so I had to come buy it at the station. A girl named Carla helped me over there at the office, so if the authorities from the Chilean State Railways are watching this video, congratulate Carla for her good service. She helped me buy it without any problem. And I had to do a hack because there were no tickets to where I want to go, which is Talca. What did I do? What was the top tip? I got a ticket from here to Rancagua in one seat, and then from Rancagua to Talca, we switched seats. That's a great top tip, and there are many more that I share at the theater. So if you want to come see me, in the description of this video, you'll find my upcoming dates. And besides that, if you want me to come to Chile, I'll leave a Google form so you can put your information there. And if we have a bigger critical mass of people who will come to do the show in this country, then the guy who's dressed really sharply came over to say that the machine had a malfunction. They're fixing it in the workshop and that we're going to leave later. Of course, the moment Topo travels, this happens. I don't know. If this is an exception, let me know in the comments. Chilean friends, the good thing is that here we have a pretty modern waiting room where we can wait for updates. There are bathrooms. There's some Coke that's tempting me, juices that I might go for, and snacks. All these junk foods that raise your triglycerides. A coffee would be great for me right now, but it's not gonna happen. Dude, no! Portable chargers like the ones in China. You rent them by scanning a QR code, take out the charger, and you can charge your devices without any problem. In China, that's how it works. You take it out of this little box, and no matter where you go, as long as it's the same company, you return it somewhere else and you can keep charging your device. Here, I don't know if it's just for use here, or maybe you can take it to the next station or even on the train and return them. We'll see. I have to ask these people. The train just arrived, that's all. I wanted to film its arrival, but I was inside and couldn't even hear it coming. So yeah, let's get on. Right now it's exactly 10:15 in the morning. We should have left at 9:40. We're already 35 minutes late. Something worth mentioning is that the staff service is spectacular. Such elegance from Chile. I love the clothing they wear. It's luxurious. Hi, how are you? How's it going? 7. All right. We're already inside. Here is the top seat. Here we will be sitting facing forward. But until we leave Rancagua, then we will have to negotiate. Let's see. Before we start, the comforts of this seat. Look, a very comfortable tray for eating. Here to hold your glass. Here you have this that goes pip. You can put your shawl, your overcoat, your Montgomery here to rest your feet. It reclines. Let's see. It reclined. Not only does it recline, but look here. You have like a thing that slides your legs. I mean, for a medium distance train like this, it's not bad. For a long distance one, it's like, here we have a plug for USB, the big USB, right? Type C. Here's a plug for electricity. I'm sticking my fingers in the socket. But anyway, Chilean outlets have 2 round holes, like the old ones we had in Argentina. It's not bad. And above, we have space to put carry-on luggage. And even here, we also have space to put more luggage. That's it. You're in this seat, and you can put your suitcase back there. It's exactly 10:23 in the morning, and we're leaving from the central station in Santiago de Chile. 43 minutes after the scheduled time, I saw the sign that said Alameda Station. Because even though the central station is located on Alameda Avenue in Santiago de Chile, that's why it has that name. Let's see how long it takes. We're not going all the way to Chilean, we're just going to Talca. It's 400 kilometers to Chilean, which they do in 4 hours and 50 minutes. And to Talca, it's about 257 kilometers, which takes approximately 3 hours. Let's see how long it takes. The outside temperature is 6 degrees, and inside it's 13. It's heated, so it feels fine to me. How fast does this high-speed train go? You might be wondering. It could reach about 160 kilometers per hour. They compare it to the ones in China that go 350, and it's less than half. But oh well. Now you might say, wait, something doesn't add up. If it's 400 kilometers to Chilean and it takes 4 hours and 50 minutes, 400 divided by 160, and the numbers don't add up for me. It should be much less. Well, here's the problem. There are a lot of level crossings. That is, the structure of the track isn't prepared so that it can constantly maintain a speed of 160 kilometers per hour. Actually, I'm not sure it even gets that fast. We'll see soon. And besides that, there's a bit of a slope that also keeps it from reaching the speed of 160 kilometers per hour. How's it going? Look, we have a little table here in the middle. The layout is kind of like the trains in Argentina. How's the table? Really good, very comfortable. Here in the other part of the car, you can see that you're facing the opposite way, right? I mean, this can't be turned around. We've already passed 100 kilometers per hour, just a few minutes into the trip. You can't even feel the speed. Let's see if it reaches 160. I'm gonna be watching the speedometer the whole time. And here at the back of the car, we have these seats separated from the rest of the train, which are really nice. The ladies are sitting like queens. It's great because they have their own TV there. And here in this car, we have space for people with wheelchairs who can travel in this spot and connect there. It's completely accessible. Here we also have a bathroom that, well, right now is occupied. It's also an accessible bathroom for people with reduced mobility. Everything is well integrated as it should be. Very good morning.
We warmly welcome you. Our final destination is the city of Chilean, where we will arrive at approximately 3:15 p.m. If you have questions or need help on board, please approach the crew. Enjoy your trip. Thank you.
This service used to be called Terrasur until the high-speed train started operating. These trains come from China. They are from CSR Sifang, and they bought 6 units, which cost $70 million. Was it a good investment or a bad investment? Well, we're testing it here. The truth is, it's a very good train, very economical, let's say. To make the trip from Santiago to Chillán, which is 400 kilometers, it's around 20,000 Chilean pesos. It's not bad for that trip, considering the quality of the train and the time. Even though right now it takes 4 hours and 50 minutes, the idea is that it could eventually take 3 hours and 40 minutes. Keep in mind that from Santiago to Chillán is practically the same distance as from Buenos Aires to Mar del Plata. Doing a Buenos Aires to Mar del Plata trip in just over 4 hours like before would be amazing. Imagine doing it in 3 hours and 40 minutes, and these cars are called BMW. What does that mean? It means that they not only run on electric current through the catenaries, but they can also run on diesel combustion. In other words, if the power goes out or whatever, you put in diesel and it will work too. And you might ask me, Topo, what's up with the track gauge here in Chile? Well, most of the country has a track gauge of 16.76, like in Argentina, except in the north where it's meter gauge.
It took us 10 minutes.
And we're already at the first station, which is San Bernardo. You could say it's the suburbs of Santiago de Chile. The doors open when you press the green button. The cafeteria is located in the car. The onboard waitress came to give the introduction and welcome to the train as well. She did it in a very pleasant and friendly way. I'm still amazed by the elegance. Wow, what an outfit, man. I love it. And look, here you can also hang things. For example, I can hang Bimbi, the fanny pack, and it stays right there. Look, I love that you have this space here to put things. Like you can put the thermos, the mate, books, whatever. Here we also have storage space for large luggage. In this case, they're using it for a baby stroller. And now we're coming to the moment everyone has been waiting for. We're gonna check out the bathroom. I know that Topo Fan fans are divided into 2 groups. The Topo team that shows the bathroom and the Topo team that doesn't show the bathroom. Well, that's the inside scoop, but we're gonna show it properly. It looks clean, we just got out. Here we have the toilet. Let's lift it up to see if that's where you press the button.
It comes out pretty well.
Toilet paper, the mirror. Is there soap in there? Oh, it comes out in drops. And the water. Let's see. Pretty good pressure for a train. You know, I always like to check the water pressure on trains because some engineering issue, I don't know, it's hard for them to maintain good pressure and it's complicated. So when they do, it's impressive. Here you have a baby changing station. Basically, if you have a baby and you don't like it, you put it there and they swap it for another one. And notice a detail, all the signs, besides being written in Spanish and English, are also written in Mapudungun, which is the Mapuche language. Change to Weyu Cambiao Sakelo. Dude, we should have an amazing view of the Andes mountain range. The view colon. All right, let's see what's here. All right, look at this, look at this. If the sun bothers you, you lower it there. You have to negotiate with the person from Andes, not in your case, but still, wow. Here we are with Maria Jose, who's our top fan waitress. Yes, yes. Which videos did you watch? From China. Yes, the high-speed one. I watched the whole thing. You always take the train here.
I can. I love traveling by train.
And before, how long did it take to get from Santiago to Chillán?
Easily 5 hours.
6 hours. The high-speed train reduced it a lot.
Yes, a lot. I actually travel by train because of nostalgia. It reminds me of those moments from my youth when I used to travel to the south.
We are arriving here at our second station, Rancagua, and it's exactly 11:15 in the morning. Number 278. I'm so third world that it drives me crazy every time I press the little button on the doors here. Pop, it opens. We're just going to head to the dining car. Keep in mind that there are 4 cars in total, and this whole train carries no more and no less than 236 people. Obviously, everyone is seated. There are no standing passengers. Right now, we're going at about 23 kilometers per hour. It's starting to clear up. And now we can see the mountains. The best part of all is that I love how we pass trucks and cars with the train. We just reached 152 kilometers per hour and I filmed it. Hi, how are you? Good morning. What do you offer?
To eat or to drink?
Sir, both things.
I have mineral water, soft drinks, juices, energy drinks for hot drinks. I have espresso, americano, macchiato, latte, classic, cappuccino, vanilla, cappuccino, mocha, classic tea, herbal tea.
I'll go with a cappuccino. And for food, look.
We have chicken mayo sandwich, chicken with bell pepper.
A hamburger? Vegan?
No, nothing.
Nothing is vegan here, not even the fries.
I have jars and everything here, sir, including alfajors, the finest ones, and cake.
They're suitable for vegans. They don't have beef fat or anything like that. El Topo's second favorite place on a train is the dining car after the bathroom. And here is our breakfast, vegan friendly, and the only vegan vegetarian option is the chips. Then there are ham and cheese, sandwiches, hamburgers, madeleines, which they call bafis, but they're madeleines, but I checked the ingredients and they're kind of questionable, and some pound cakes that also have some weird ingredients. El Topo's breakfast consists of Lay's chips. I should add a Coke, but I'm watching myself. Well, here we have a cappuccino. All of this cost me 5,000 Chilean pesos, and I was able to pay with a card. Use my Cocos card there, just like everywhere else. Another place paid with Cocos. Add a check mark. I've paid with Cocos in more countries than anyone. You guys are gonna say, Topo, it's a weird mix, fries with coffee. Well, man, that's what there is. And there's nothing I love more than being here, dining car. Having breakfast, this view, Chile's high-speed train, how beautiful. And did you know that here in the dining car, we also have outlets, just like at the seats? And you might ask me, Topo, what's the story with trains in Chile? The first train started running in 1851. It went from the port of Caldera to Copiapó, up there in the north of Chile. They used it to extract a lot of resources from the Atacama soil. Later in 1923, the line was electrified and it took 4 hours, making that journey by cart used to take 2 or 3 days. From the central station of Chile, which I told you was built in 1857. The train to Valparaiso started from there, but it only did so in 1863. And there's something very interesting because actually the construction started in 1857 when they built the central station of Santiago. But things weren't moving forward, they weren't being developed, and the government took matters into its own hands. And in 1859, it took charge of its construction. And the company we're traveling with now is EFE, the State Railway Company. It belongs to all Chileans. And this company was founded in 1884. And in 1891, they built the railway line all the way to Temuco. And in 1913, the railroad was extended to Puerta del Otomón, far to the south of Chile. How many kilometers of railway did Chile have at its peak? Kilometers today, there are about 5,500 kilometers, of which 2,200 are managed by the national government. The decline of Chilean trains began in the 1970s, Pinochet's dictatorship, and that's how they began to be significantly dismantled. What Pinochet's dictatorship did was to stop the state railway company from receiving national funding. It had to become self-financing. That caused prices to increase a lot. People stopped traveling by train. The company took on debt, and some of that debt was only paid off in 2014. But luckily, many services kept running. For example, the one we're taking now. The service that goes to Chilean, it kept running. And even starting in 2024, it was improved with these BMU units from the high-speed trains. And let's hope these trains can travel all across Chile. It would be wonderful to take a trip from Santiago to Puerto Montt on a high-speed train. And there are also other train services. In fact, we're going to get off at Talca because I'm going to take the train to Constitution, which is a very old and very unique service. And we're also going to take the memory train, which will go from Temuco to Santiago de Chile. But get ready for that. You're going to see it in upcoming videos on this channel. So there's a whole railway saga coming up through our neighboring country of Chile. How about that? Third station. We're in San Fernando, enjoying it here from the bar car. Going at 160 kilometers an hour. You don't even feel it. You don't feel anything at that speed.
Other trains go 30 kilometers an hour and move a lot, but this one goes 160 kilometers an hour and it's so smooth. It feels like it could go even faster.
My heart is also beating at 160 kilometers per hour. The moment we pass by the trucks and cars, I love that. I'm fascinated. My railway soul and the energy from this Repeto Escalada shirt. Marcat gave it to me as a gift. That's the name of the place that prints these spectacular shirts from our neighborhood. Something I didn't tell you. There are 3 daily high-speed services every day. One very early in the morning, 7:40. Another one at 9:40, which is the one we're taking, and another that leaves at 5 in the afternoon from the central station. And there's only one daily train, which is the UTS. It's also a pretty modern train that leaves at noon. I had originally bought a ticket for that one, and then I realized it wasn't a high-speed train, so I had to change everything around. There are 4 per day that connect Santiago with Chilean. A normal weekday. It's not a weekend. It's not a holiday. Nothing. Just a normal day. Quite a lot of passengers are taking the service. At 12:20 in the afternoon, we've arrived at Curicó station. A crowd of people is about to board. I just noticed that I thought all the railroad ties would be made of concrete, but no, there are still some that are made of wood. And you can see them there, next to the concrete blocks, ready to be installed. The tracks still need to be improved so the train can reach a higher speed, with the proper safeguards in place. And another thing that catches my attention is that it's single track. That means if a train is going one way and another is coming from the opposite direction, they have to go to a siding to wait for the other to pass. And that also slows it down. Obviously, the train itself is in perfect condition. And just now, the ladies were there cleaning. They keep it spotless. Just now in the bar car and also in the car back here, I saw the train conductor interacting with the people who work here. The way he treats them is also very remarkable. I mean, not only is he very good with the passengers, but there's also excellent treatment among the staff. What this train is missing, which the Mar del Plata train has, is the water dispenser for getting cold and hot water for mate. That's something missing here. Chilean trains really need a water dispenser so you can get water there. Oh, Ludo, that seat turns into a full bed. It's the best. It might cost more just because there's deodorant. Now, why this design? It's the last seat. No need for a footrest, but there's one anyway. Also, there's something else.
The one in the back, besides having the footrest, also has a tray, right?
Why, if there's no one there? This train has 3 bathrooms in total. This one here, the other one we saw in the center, which is for people in wheelchairs, and another one at the end of the train. There are 236 of us. So the 3 bathrooms aren't enough. I'm waiting here to use this one. And well, we're gonna have to wait a while because they're used a lot. I didn't mention this, but we're in the first car. There is the driver. The train has a double driving cab. You can drive from one side or the other. You don't have to turn the locomotive around or anything. It's 1:05 p.m. We've arrived at Talca station. 2 hours and 40 minutes to cover. 257 kilometers. That's not bad at all. It's good. You might say, Topo, a high-speed train should do it faster. Well, yes, but like I said before, it can't maintain a constant speed of 160 kilometers per hour. What's up with that greeting? It's great that the whole track is electrified. It happened to me in France. Stole the cables. Yes, in France, ladies and gentlemen. And the train couldn't go because there were no cables. This unit, which is bimodal, allows it to run both on electricity and on diesel. They fuel it with diesel and off it goes. Whoa, you walk a dog every day. Hello, sir. Hello. Haha, it catches my attention that there's a cyber cafe at the Talca station. Half an hour, 600 pesos, 1 hour, 1,000 pesos. And they also have co-working rates. That's nice because the cyber cafe can reinvent itself through co-working. You have to work like that co-working. Here, in this space. Speaking of retro, there we have an arcade machine being used. There's 1 level left. Oh, I can't believe it. It takes a Sakoa card, man. Oh, it's a blessing that I have 1 credit left. Topo's never gonna grow up. Look how nice this is. Here, this patio. To wait. Here in the sunshine. And that's it. The temperature is really nice and everything is very clean. That should be highlighted. Both at the central station on the train and here at this Talca station, which was inaugurated in 1875. very pretty, simple. We're gonna take a little walk around this city. How many people live in Talca, you might ask? I asked myself the same thing, and I went to the sources, to Google. It says that about 232,000 human beings. Let's see what we find, where this high-speed train brings us. As soon as you leave the station, the first thing you see is auto parts. It's like we're in Cairns, in the capital, Federal. I walked about 5 blocks from the train station and arrived at Victory Square, which has a small fair here. And look at this, how beautiful. The man is riding a bike that has a little cart in front, and he's carrying his wife there. That's awesome. I love the bike. They're going together there. Everywhere. And here in front of the square, we have the church called Heart of Mary, which is abandoned. It's kind of there, at risk of collapsing. There's a sign telling you to walk on the opposite sidewalk. I'm on First Street in Talca, which in this part is pedestrian only. I never imagined I would be walking around here. Besides, everything looks so colorful with the mountains in the background. It's beautiful. That's Talca, huh? And we've just arrived at the Plaza de Armas of Talca, which is its main square. In front, you can see the important administrative buildings. There's the post office, and behind me is the city hall. That the post office is much bigger than the city hall. And over there, we have the University of Talca on the other side, across from the square. The Cathedral of Talca is over there. And there's the regional government of Maule, through which the Maule River passes, running from the mountains all the way to the Pacific Ocean. We can see there's a diagonal street that converges at the square. If there's a diagonal that converges at the square, it means this city was designed by the Freemasons. And look at this beautiful pergola that we can find here in the square. To come here and have some mate when the sun is shining. Oh, look, that sign tells us that the apocalypse is at 13:16. It's now 2:15. We have about an hour left. I hope I can finish the video before the world ends. This square has a tree that I think is really ugly. Quack. You might be wondering what this whole line is for. I wondered the same thing. I approached the people and asked them, hey, what are you making such a long line for? To get them, stickers, and the World Cup album. What? Such a long line for that. We're back at the train station. Honestly, I really love taking the high-speed train. For me, it was a really good experience. Okay, you might say, Topo, it takes almost the same time as a regular train because it only hits 160 kilometers an hour at some points, but then it goes at a speed close to 100 kilometers an hour. Yes, but there's the possibility that the tracks will be improved, and there's the possibility that all the infrastructure will be put in place so it can reach those speeds and achieve a travel time of 3 hours, 3 hours and 40 minutes to connect Santiago with Chilean. Anyway, what I think is that, for example, the train to Mar del Plata could reach, with the rolling stock we have today, about 140 kilometers per hour. It could average around 120 kilometers per hour. Yes, but here's the same problem. The tracks aren't in good condition. There are a lot of level crossings. And even something that also happens here in Chile, which is that there are illegal clandestine crossings where people have access to the tracks from the neighborhoods and people cross. So if the train goes fast, you can't stop in time for people to cross. Actually, the ones at fault are you can't stop in time for people or the cars, which often go past the barriers, etc. So we have a big challenge there. Hopefully, one day we can have high-speed trains with efficiency, and we can move through our Latin American cities quickly and connect communities. Long live the trains. Thank you very much for being there, and see you next time.